It is a beautiful Monday, and I want to introduce to you guys a friend of mine and a colleague, a collaborator, Jamie Miller, a conscious communicator. Jamie, how are you today?
How am I doing today? Well, I get to be up here in downtown Orlando at a great office around great people, so I would say ecstatic.
That is amazing, and I am glad to have you here. It is really good. I don't like to say coincidence because everything happens for a reason, so it's an alignment that we get to see each other again. And just have a couple questions. First of all, we were listening, you were giving us a class
Correct.
about an hour ago, and I really like the point where you were mentioning about asking questions. Why is it important to ask questions in a relationship?
Okay, so a couple of things. One, I believe nothing happens by accident. So the universe, I was over the course of time, years, that going from a coffee at Foxtail Coffee in Winter Park, I'm now in an office downtown having this conversation. The part about questions is this: the whole world is, for example, making statements or telling people what they think the other person will value. So it'd be like in real estate, realtors are going into a listing presentation and starting their conversation. Let me start by telling you all these wonderful things that I can do for you. If you're making statements, it's kind of I'm crossing my fingers, hoping and praying what I share as a statement resonates. If you tweak it into a question, let's say instead of saying, I've been doing this for 15 years, all right, you tweak it into a question, hey, does it give you a sense of confidence that I can help you given that I've been doing this for 15 years? All of a sudden, you've made it a question. What if the client, the seller goes, well, yeah, that does give me confidence. What if you actually have the wherewithal, the consciousness to know to ask, well, just out of curiosity, why do you value it? And now the seller is basically selling themselves. Well, I know there's a bunch of realtors who don't have that kind of experience. They've only ever done well when the market's doing this. And evidently, we've been tracking and going on social media and seeing that you've been very consistent. Then you go, can I take it then that you are indeed confident that I can get your home sold? The seller says yes. Here's the deal with it. Too many people, and I didn't invent the concept, they talk themselves out of business. All right. I could turn around on here and turn around to someone and say, hey, before Kelly introduced me to you guys live, are any of you even aware of who I am? You may have seen me speak before. All right. Is that a natural, curious thought of mine? I made it a question. I've not said, hey, everyone, I just want to really do da 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 da. Because if we say the words I want, no one cares. So it's having more conscious awareness to integrate questions into our dialogue, and rather than hoping, we're actually getting agreement. Because if people feel the same way as we do around the same things, they're more likely to go along with what we're. All the sale is do we agree to think the same way? If you make statements, you don't know. If you ask questions of it, you have more idea.
Thank you for your answer. With that being said, I'm going to restart this live, and
Okay.
and I love the fact that we're doing it live because as you're teaching me, I'm learning. I'm about to practice it right away. So, 3, 2, 1. Have you ever had the thought of trying to figure out how to get a yes from your client? Have you ever feel like there is something in between that you want to communicate without actually imposing it or forcing it, but instead opening the path to create possibilities of different responses from your client? Well, with that being said, guys, today I have the pleasure of inviting a friend of mine. His name is Jamie Miller, and he's going to teach us from all of the experience that he has had working with multiple professionals within the real estate market, lending, realtors, and business professionals in general. He's going to share with us how he gets his clients to say yes or to be more open to listen to the conversations that he is offering. Welcome, Jamie Miller.
Thank you. It's great to be here live again. Like, this is good. As you were sharing stuff, what was coming up for me is, yeah, it's one thing to get yes, all right, and it's
Right.
glorious.
Okay.
Obviously, amateur sales, and notice I use the word amateur, is like, oh, let's ask a corridor of questions to get yeses from people, and it's kind of like people remember the way you leave them feeling.
Right.
So,
Know what we say.
so not just yes, like the second part where you said, like the idea is you want to get someone to open up, and
Okay.
in realtors' world or real estate, it's a highly emotional sale. So
Yes.
if we want to show that we care about someone, all right, we have to layer our questions. All right. So I'll give an example. If someone ever says to me, I'm a realtor, and someone goes, Jamie, are there any 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom homes with 2-car garage in this zip code? The amateur approach would be like, yes, there are. Let me send you all the ones that fit that model. And thinking the client said, well, I didn't get their business. Why didn't you get the business? The client asked me, do we have this? And I shared it with them. You have no understanding of the emotional connection behind why they want those things.
Right. Okay.
So it's the capacity when we're in front of someone. If someone goes, hey, Kelly, do you provide this service? If you say, yes, I do, all right.
Conversation is done.
Conversation's done. If you say, hey, yes, I do, just curious, why did you ask? Oh, well, da, 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 da. And it's the understanding that you want to gather as much information as possible. As I was sharing with you over there, if you're giving a talk and as you're speaking and you see a smile come up on someone's face, it's the capacity to be like, hey, I noticed as I was sharing this, you just smiled. What was that about? Oh, well, Kelly, da, 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 da. And now you get like if you're speaking in front of a group, who agrees with that? Would it be okay if I share one more lesson with abundance? Okay.
Thank you for
A
that.
lot of realtors or different businesses go to offices to give a presentation for 5 minutes. There might be sponsoring or things of that nature.
Right.
Right. And going to the point we made earlier, if someone is trying to get business from realtors, they're a loan officer, for example, and they go to a realtor office,
And
all
then
right,
work in event.
or they work an event. If they go, hi, I'm so-and-so with so-and-so company. I've been doing it for this years. This is my lovely family. And that, and they're making it all statement based. It's not the same as having an understanding around the psychology of a room where they pose questions of the group. Hey guys, before I start sharing, are we all of the understanding that not every loan officer is created equally? Now I've posed a question that elevates my worth and my value in front of the audience, because I'm not telling them things. I'm asking them, can we understand we're not all created equally? The second they say yes, then instead of saying, I've got this track record of getting people into homes, right? Would it give you a sense of confidence that I've got a track record of 98.7% of getting from start to finish, right? Have any of you ever had a nightmare client before, not get to it? Okay, well, if I could diminish that for you, would that make me at least someone worth having a conversation with after this 5 minutes? Yes.
Now you have all the attention. You're breaking the ice. You get the attention, and you're all at the same level.
Because you made it question based. I could turn around to everyone on here and be like, hey, let's say you're intrigued by Kelly introducing me to you in the world. All right. What I won't say is, I want to meet with all of you, or I want you to come along to an event I'm hosting. Here's what I'm going to do. Guys, how much do you love Kelly? All right. And the chances of they're watching the live, they're going to be like, yes. So it's asking questions. We know what the answer is going to be.
Right.
Well, let's say Kelly is inviting me along to share on this live. All right. And we can understand that. Would you agree I can't teach everything in 5 minutes to you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's say you agree with Kelly on that too. All right. Let's say you had 5 hours of me teaching you all the psychology of communication. Would that at least be worth a conversation to find out what's that about?
Definitely.
Okay. If you're answering definitely, then through this, you can reach out to Kelly and be like, what's the story with that fancy British accent guy? All right. And you can find out about what's going on so that I can help you. There's a big difference between me doing that play and me going, Kelly, thank you so much. Yeah, please come along. And that is what the world is doing en masse. So to go to your original point, statements, this effect. Questions, way higher.
Now, guys, you already know the answers. I hope that you were taking some notes. If not, you can go back to this video. I'm going to be publishing it. And how can they find you, my friend?
I tell you, for the purpose of this, and one of the things that I love, and you being in marketing, all right, as well, and understanding that,
Yes.
my thought process is this. For those you who are like, seriously, like, I think this guy could potentially help me. If you're having that thought, what's great is you can reach out to Kelly. Kelly's got all my contact details, and you get to see perception and reality. I speak on the stage. I've got 5,000 people I'm coming up to speak in front of, and I operate my business as being a human. So what that means is it's actually me that will be answering the phone, not an AI, not a chatbot, not a VA. All right. So when you reach out to Kelly, she will get my personal cell phone. She can share it with you. She already has my personal cell phone. She can share that details with you, and then you get to reach out to me and find out what it's all about.
Amazing. That is wonderful. Thank you, Jamie, again.
Yes.
And you guys stay tuned because coming soon we're going to be having a podcast talking about this and a lot more interesting tips and knowledge and just having a real human conversation. I will see you at the next one.
I love that. Cheers.